Ever imagine the visually impaired person who lives alone in an apartment that gets flooded anytime it rains? That is the ordeal that 58-year-old Seth Kofi Into goes through each time there is a downpour. He blames the situation on the railway construction around his home, which has no drainage system. Like many of his neighbors, Mr. Seth Kofi Into has to battle with the floods after heavy rains. His situation is unfortunately worsened by the fact that he is visually impaired and cannot see. According to him, he is forced to stay indoors for days after heavy rains cause the floods. He says this is the first time he is attempting to step out of his room in 5 days since the last downpour.
From the beginning of the construction, I told the engineer that what they are building here, it is very disturbing, because if they know that they will build something like this, they should have made a tunnel so that they will not divide the community into two parts. I told them it's affecting me a lot. It is affecting me a lot because sometimes I normally work with my mobile to call somebody to come and pick me. So if I don't have a credit on my phone, I have to wait till somebody comes home before I'll send for credit.
Certainly jobless due to his condition, Mr. Into says he is unable to manage his drinking spot, which is his only source of livelihood. He says crossing the railway line to the drinking spot is challenging as he falls many times trying to climb up with no help.
I need to be going there to check how things will be going. So ever since, I have to be crossing and here and there. And even about on Monday, somebody was bringing me home because it was raining. Because if I stay there and it rains, I cannot come home. So the one have to rush me down. Immediately we reach here because he doesn't know here, so he fell into the gutter.
Mr. Kofi Into is not the only one who suffers from the flooding situation. This retired aged man, who can barely walk, together with other residents, have concerns.
They have raised the place, the front here. So now my house has gone down. So the water all from the house cannot go out. In the hall, the sitting room will be flooded. My bedroom will be flooded. Everywhere in the house will be flooded. You see the wall. See the wall. See the wall. I went and bought a water pumping machine. I started pumping, and when we are pumping and then the light go off, then the house started to flood. So when it started to rain, when the rain season like this, then my pressure goes up. Now, I nearly collapsed in the room. The manhole, they came and broke it. When they broke it, now I don't have toilet in the house. So when I excuse me to say, if I want to go to toilet, I suffer. They have to hold me small before I climb here, and the boy, my grandson, will hold me small before I go to the next two houses before I go to toilet.
Yes, the major problem we are bedeviled with is not as being able to access our homes. Yes, simply because when it rains and you are outside home, you have to start thinking of how to get home, because you either have to walk through the water or you have to find a means of getting home.
We have called them again, those who have worked here, the AFCON people. And so they came and said they were coming to give us a drench, a gutter sort of a thing. But this is the thing they have done without any measurement. They said they were digging it to go and meet the other gutter there. And then they stopped halfway.
The residents have vowed to demonstrate against government if steps are not taken to rectify the problem. They are thus calling on the Railway Minister and the Railway Development Authority to, as a matter of urgency, provide them with storm drains and create a tunnel for physically challenged persons in the area.
Our next line of action is to demonstrate or probably stop the workers from working. We know it's a government project, but the right thing has to be done.
I will be very grateful if they can help not me alone, actually, because there are children too around. So I'm just appealing to them to come and help us by constructing the gutter and make some bridges into the individual houses.